there, folks. Welcome to Lafayette, Alabama. Absolutely outdoors. We're up at the, what do you call this, Richard?
This is the Lafayette Agriculture Center.
Agricultural Center. They have rodeos up here and calf shows and cow shows. This is my first cousin, Richard Slay. We grew up together like brothers. And Richard rode horses most of his life. If I remember right, you always had a horse when we was kids growing up.
Yep.
Had one that you could turn his head, slap around, and look at you, and he'd still keep going forward. I never will forget him.
Congo.
Yeah, Congo. That was the craziest horse I ever saw. But we had a lot of fun riding horses when we was kids.
We did. So we did.
Mr. Marvin still lived up the road from me, and I'd go down there and ride horses. I don't know if I was ever that good at it, but I really enjoyed riding horses. Richard has a son that a lot of you might know. His name is Dusty Slay. He's getting to be a pretty famous comedian around around the country now. He stays busy all the time doing his comedy shows, and I never will forget, Dusty was a timid little fella. Who'd have ever dreamed that he'd be standing in front of thousands of folks now. He's actually on the Grand Ole Opry fairly often.
Been on it nearly 20 times.
Nearly 20 times.
I think 19.
Little bashful boy from Pennon, Alabama.
That's right.
Well, Richard, thank y'all for coming down tonight. I just wanted to interview Brooke. Maybe we get some videos of her riding her horses. I want to go ahead and interview her now, unless you've got something you want to tell the world.
No, I just want to tell you I'm proud of my daughter. She's done a tremendous job riding horses. She started out when she was about 10, and then we bought her a barrel horse when she was 12, and she's been at it ever since. So, and we're proud of her. You can have her now.
All right, Miss Brooke, come on in, girl. This is also my cousin, Brooke Slay. I'm going to call her Brooke Slay anyway.
That works.
How you doing, hon?
I'm good.
Good. Well, tell me about this barrel racing. You got started, your daddy said, when you was how old?
About 10.
About 10 years old.
Yeah, went to a rodeo and I saw the barrel racing. I looked at him, I said, I want to do this. He thought I was crazy, but kept pushing for it. And about when I turned 12, we went and looked at a barrel horse.
You had a spoiled daughter. You knew you was going to get it sooner or later, didn't you?
Gotta keep trying. That's all you got to do. Eventually get tired and know they'll tell you yes.
Daddy and Mama finally give in, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, how many horses have you had now?
I've had a few. I've had quite a few. Probably around 7, 8.
How many you got right now?
Running horses, I have 2 at the moment. One, Greenbroke, which is in training.
Now, that means you train them yourself?
Yes, sir.
You trained all of them you have now?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought.
Yes, sir. I have the red one that was given to me, and then we bought one that had just been started on the pattern, and then I got the one now that's just been started under saddle.
Well, now, you not only barrel race, but you do something called pole bending. Explain to me what pole bending is.
Pole bending is 6 poles set up in an arena about 21 to 25 feet apart, and you race all the way down, turn the first pole, weave in and out, all the way down, and then all the way back, and then whenever you finish turning the last one, you run straight out, and that's your
So you do between the poles going and coming?
You come in all the way to the end, weave down, and then weave back.
Oh,
and then
I
run
got
out.
you. I got you. Well, I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a down and back, but there's an extra trip in there
Yes,
somewhere.
sir. There's an extra trip right there.
Now, barrel racing,
3
you go out and you turn 3 barrels.
Yes, sir.
What's the pattern you always run?
Cloverleaf pattern.
Now, what is that?
Run either if you go to the right first, you'll make 1 right, 2 lefts, and then if you run to the left first, you go 1 left, 2 rights.
Which one's your favorite?
I have both of my horses run opposite patterns. I have one that runs
really?
left and one that runs right.
So the horse is trained to run right first or left first.
It's like being left-handed or right-handed.
You just got to remember which horse you own. Or will they go by their own?
Yes, sir.
They pretty well know to just go that route themselves.
Yes, sir. Like he said, it's just like if you're born left-handed or right-handed, when
That's the
When
way
you're
the
born that way, it's just.
I would have
kind of-
never dreamed
You can't
that.
change the way that they're born.
You had a good weekend this last weekend, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I got 2 first, a third, and a fourth.
2 first, a third, and a fourth.
Yes,
Your
sir.
2 first were in barrel racing?
One was in poles, and the other one was in barrels.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm just amazed. I was hoping it would be prettier weather. It's rained so much today, folks. She didn't get to bring her horses down. I was really going to beg her to let me ride one of them. That's probably when I'd have got hurt tonight, so I'm kind of
And
glad she
I
didn't.
would have gladly saddled him up and told him to record just as nice and keep up.
If I was on that horse and it rented that arena and they was barrels, would it try to run them with me on them? Or
No,
would it just go straight?
one of them would. The other one, he'd just kind of let you do whatever with him.
Really? How old are your horses?
My little red one, he is about 11, and the other one, my big paint, he's about 9.
Now, how long will these horses live? How long will they be effective racers?
Depending on how their health is and stuff. So my very first barrel horse, she ran until she was about 24 years old.
Wow.
We got her when she was 19.
Wow.
And she ran for that long, and then we let her retire.
I never dreamed that they would be out there that long.
Oh yes, we have one lady, her horse is in its 30s, and it still wants to run.
Really? How many competitions do you do in a year? Is it just a summer sport?
No, sir. The summer sport is ending next weekend with the state finals, and then about a month later, the winter circuit will start. And the winter circuit is just once a month, all through the winter to keep you
So
going.
this is a year-round.
Yes, sir.
Is it a hobby or occupation?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, huh?
Something I enjoy and just keeps me going.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I know y'all got all the equipment. I've seen your trailer up at your dad's where you can haul your horses, and y'all got sleeping quarters in it. So if you go out of town, you're equipped, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to state this year?
Yes, sir, we are.
When will it be?
It starts this upcoming, not today, but next Thursday, all the way through Sunday.
Really? So y'all will be headed to where? Montgomery?
Yes, sir. Down to the Garrett Coliseum.
Garrett Coliseum. So you're getting a big time when you go to Garrett Coliseum.
Yes, sir. Everybody from East Alabama to anywhere in Alabama will be there.
Wow.
The top 10 of all the associations.
Huh. Well, that's fantastic. I didn't realize it was that big.
Yes, sir.
Now, y'all, they have an event coming up here September 3rd and 4th. It's going to be what? Is it the high school rodeo? High school
Yes, sir.
rodeo is going to be held in this arena September 3rd and 4th. Now, this is all just teenagers in high school. Will you have anything to do in that?
No, sir.
You don't. You used to ride with a group of ladies. What was that called?
That was drill team.
Drill team.
Yes, sir.
And y'all did that for several years, didn't you?
Yes, sir, we did. The only reason that it stopped was everybody got older, went to college, and balancing the drill team competitions and trying to get through college, it just,
Y'all had to practice a lot too, didn't you?
we did.
You had to be synchronized and do. I've seen y'all do it. It was fantastic. I always loved that show.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well, like I say, I was hoping we'd get to see you ride today, but we got plenty of film that we can show.
Okay.
And with it as wet as it is, it would just be foolish to try to ride a horse fast out there in that arena today.
Yes, sir.
But I sure do appreciate you coming down and letting me interview you today, and I look forward to you doing even bigger things in times to come.
Thank
You'll
you.
just get better and better, won't you?
That's what I'm hoping.
That's what you're working on, isn't it, girl?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good deal. Thank you.
Going west together, starting
Hey, Ted, let me tell you about the first time Brooke ever got on a barrel horse. She had seen one. She wanted to buy one. That was her dream. She wanted a barrel horse. So we went out looking, and we finally found one down. Where is it close to? Down somewhere close to the Georgia line. Salem, somewhere down in that area. And so we went down, we let the girl know we was coming, and we went down there, and we sat and talked to her a little while, and she was telling us about the horse, and she was fixing to get married, and her husband was in service, and she was going to move up there where he was, and she was going to sell her horse. She had had it for a long time, and so we went down there and looked at it, and Brooke wanted to ride it, so she saddled her up for her and just put a halter on her to ride with, and Brooke got out there in the pasture and she started running, and Brooke didn't know what to do because she never had been on a horse running. She got to hollering, "Help me, help me!" And Martha was running around with her hands up there trying to cut the horse off, and finally they got it stopped out there in the pasture, and Brooke rode it up there to where we was. There was a bunch of us standing around looking, and we was asking her, was she all right? And she said, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." She said, "Daddy, this is a horse I want right here." And so we ended up buying her, and I went back the next day and got her with a trailer, and brought her home, and she started working with her, and she got to winning and she had a good time with that old horse, and she died about 2 years ago, but she's got a lot of film of her, and we won't never forget old Primo. Just thought you might like to know the first horse she rode.
That's a time of 18.946. 18.946.
Daddy's baby girl too, but Mama's special baby girl, ain't she?
She is. I'm her #1 fan.
I know you are. You take her to all the rodeos, even if Richard don't want to go, you still take her.
I do.
You ever ride much now?
I don't ride much. I ride just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I've been wanting to ride again, so maybe one day I'll come up here and we'll just get on a horse and ride over in the pasture.
We'll put you on Boomer.
Yeah, I just don't want to fall off. Well, folks, thank y'all for watching. Again, we're in Lafayette, Alabama tonight up here at the rodeo rink. As Richard called it, the what? The agriculture what, Richard?
It's the Agricultural Center in Chambers County.
And who built all this?
Well, I was president of the Cattlemen's Association, and we started out with the cattle barn up there. And Sid got elected sheriff, and he wanted to build an arena. So we elected a board, and we went to work on it, and the county donated the land to us. So it started from there.
Well, was it built with private donations, or who furnished the money?
Well, we had some back when we started the cattle barn. Bill Fuller was our representative, and he got us
some of that political money.
Some of this pork barrel money.
There you go.
And we started the he gave us enough to finish that barn, and then we took up donations, and Sid started the rodeo. It's called the Chambers County Sheriff's Rodeo, and so the money that comes in from it goes to the sheriff's department.
Well, I guess Russell County does pretty well the same thing. They have a rodeo every year.
Right.
The money, I think, is used to buy equipment for the sheriff's department, which that's a great thing.
Guns, anything, vest,
bulletproof vest.
Yeah, anything like that they need, they got the money to do it. Yeah. We've had real good success with it. It brings in a lot of money every year. and then we rent it to people.
Well, y'all have good crowds, and it gives the folks up here something to do.
It does, and but we rent it out just like to the boys coming up next couple of weeks. They rent it from us. They did it last year. They loved it here, so they wanted to come back and do it again this year. So, but we keep adding on to it. We got the concession stand. We got the arena, and we built a barbecue pit now. So it's just a lot of people, you know, when chicken time comes, they'll be renting that and cooking chicken.
Yeah. Used for a lot of fundraisers, I'm sure.
That's what it's for.
Well, this is Lafayette, Alabama. This is hometown.
We have, you know, birthday parties and things like that here. We'll have it some in the, out there in the Cattleman's building. We have meetings, and we usually do it. We'll either do it out here if it's real pretty,
Yeah.
or we'll go inside the Cattleman's building and do it.
Well, Richard and I both were raised in a place called Pennon, Alabama. It's 8 miles north of here up Highway 77.
That's right.
And believe it or not, Richard is 74 years old and he still lives in his home place. Still live where you was born, don't you?
Right. Lucky.
Loves it.
Lucky to be there.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Nowhere.
Nowhere else. Well, folks, go ahead.
No, he'd had to race it.
Well, folks, we're going to show you some videos now of Brooks running her horses. I had hoped we'd get to see her saddle one up. That's something that I can't remember how you cinched them up, how you tied them, but I wanted to see that, but I'll catch that later on just for my own self. But I hope y'all enjoy watching Brooke ride the horses, barrel racing and pole bending. I know I sure enjoy watching her. And Brooke, thank you for coming down, hon.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you letting me do this, and let's do an interview with you. And good luck in the future.
Thank you.
Good luck at state. Go down there and win it.
Thank you. That's what I'm going for.
And
I'm
folks,
hoping.
God bless y'all. Join us next week, and we'll see you then. Thank you.